Hello, YNABers. My name is Jesse Meekham, and this is podcast number 368 for YNAB, where we teach you 4 rules to help you stop living paycheck to paycheck, get out of debt, and save more money. Last week, I talked to the free spirits, and I don't normally get so preachy, at least I don't think I do, and I kind of did. And if you're a free spirit, maybe you felt a little beat up on. I hope you didn't unsubscribe to the podcast, because, here's the flip side. You nerds, you that think everyone wants to budget all the time and reconcile their accounts all the time and be up to date by the day, every morning, first thing, all the time, to the penny. And you actually kind of like it when the transactions aren't matching up yet, because you know that finding the offending transaction, creating the offending imbalance will be even more satisfying. You nerds need to chill out just a little bit. You need to recognize that not everyone enjoys what you so sadistically enjoy. Not everyone likes spreadsheets and calculations and scenarios and multivariate analysis and Monte Carlo simulations. Most people don't really want to spend their extra hours on a weekend dabbling in spreadsheets and moving numbers around between the budget categories just to, quote, see what it feels like. You nerds need to chill out. If you're married to another nerd, heaven help you. Your house must be just a ball of laughs. It just must be amazingly exciting, very spontaneous. No, I'm just kidding. But it can be dangerous. I am speaking more specifically to the nerd married to the free spirit, though, where you're sharing finances together and you are at an impasse. It may be that you need to seed some ground. It may be that you need to build more spontaneity into your budget. I'll give you one example of seeding ground, and I've talked about it on the podcast before, and it freaked me out, and it's actually working. I am the nerd. Julie is more the free spirit, and she has met me in the middle over the years. Not out of the gate, over the years. Now, she enters her transactions on her phone almost always. We have a hard time with Amazon, like a different flow for some reason, so she tends to still forget those. But she's getting better and better. On the flip side, I used to be a total hawk when it came to where we were spending basically anything, and that's not fun to live with. So over the years, we've had to both concede and compromise and kind of work our way toward the middle. We aren't 2 different political parties. We are allowed to compromise, and we can get things done. So that's what we've done. And one example that I talked about recently was with clothing. I could not for the life of me figure out how to simplify our clothing situation. We have a lot of kids. They're all growing. They all apparently keep needing clothes of different sizes. And there it is. That's our reality. So we would shop online because it's very hard to bring a bunch of kids to a store, and the stores don't carry everything they used to. It's all online now, and you have a few things in the store, and it doesn't work very well, and you waste a bunch of time. So you shop online. And when you shop online, you have to buy 3 and send back 2. And I felt like I was the courier. I felt like I was bringing packages in, and then I was shipping packages out and cutting down boxes and handling packaging, and it was annoying. It was very annoying. Also, on top of that, I didn't feel like there was any rhyme or reason to the clothing budget. And this was a source of friction for me and Julie. And I would ask about things, and I never spent money in clothing, really, and she did because she's in charge of clothing the children. It's one of our separations of duties that we've landed on over the years. At any rate, we did this crazy thing where I took a credit card. I don't even want to say which store because I don't want to push it. I took a credit card, a store credit card, and that is the clothing credit card, period, full stop. Nothing else goes on it, only clothing does. It is not on the budget, and that's the sacrilegious part of this. It's not on the budget at all. The only thing that hits the budget is the payment to the card in full every single month. When that payment is made, if there's something to, some payment to be made, it goes out of the checking account to that card. So what does this do for me? It gives me one transaction in YNAB that is clothing. When I see that card transfer hit, it's actually not a transfer in YNAB, it's an outflow because it's not on budget, right? So when I see that hit, I just say, oh yeah, there's our clothing spending for the month. Do I get the granularity? No. Could I log into that credit card and see it? Yes. Do I want to? No again. The granularity, what was killing me. It was the ins and outs, the refunds, this is coming back. We bought $400 of things, but $350 of it's going back. You can't budget with that over time. It's just all over the place. But now the credit card is auto-paid, and so whatever the balance is, it's just paid. And if we get a refund, it just kind of nets out. And it's simple. It's simpler for us. I would not do that with all spending. I wouldn't start setting up a bunch of cards for all your different categories. But in this instance, I compromised. And I sacrificed granularity for peace because I'm the nerd and not everyone cares about being that granular, and Julie certainly didn't. And it was bothering me, and it wasn't her. It was me. And that is a key takeaway, is when you're bothered by how things are going, when you think it's not enough, maybe it's you. Maybe you need to dial back your nerdness for a little while. You need to build in more buffer into the budget. You need to build in more spontaneity. You need to have a few categories that are pretty miscellaneous, kind of black boxy, stuff I forgot to budget for. Spontaneous could be the name of a category. Things like that let you move a little more freely, still within the framework of a budget, but that fits the free spirit person that you love and adore. So make some concessions. And hopefully your free spirit partner that you're sharing everything with listen to the prior episode and recognizes, okay, I can't just hide behind the fact that I'm a free spirit. You can't hide behind the fact that you love spreadsheets. You got to come to the middle and act a little more like the other person for a little while. And that would probably help out quite a bit as it relates to the budget meeting, discussions, things like that. Most importantly for the two of you, you two different people that love each other so much, most importantly is you acknowledge your love for each other, and then you, away from the money, grab a piece of paper and a pencil and start writing down what you really want out of life. Because if you can figure that out, then having the money point toward those things and help you fulfill whatever desires you have, then it'll happen. But you got to have that big discussion before you can really work on the small stuff. Because if the big stuff's lined up, the small stuff, it ends up kind of getting ironed out almost automatically. So nerd, one more time. Back off a little less nerd would go a long way. Be a little more of a free spirit for a couple hours each month, and you'll find there's a little bit more peace in the process. Until next time, follow YNAB's 4 rules, and you will win financially. You've never budgeted like this. Hey everyone, did you know that You Need a Budget is a book too? If you're looking for a wealth of inspiring success stories and guidance about how to use YNAB's 4 rules to make your money work for you, it's a must read. Pick up your copy at ynab.com/book.